Hi everybody, it's Julie and I am here with the details for the mini challenge and the challenge number 2 for the June Just Do It Junk Journal Challenge. So we are going to make a collage. I'm actually making a collage for the cover of the little hot air balloon journal. And so we are going to use an image, a 6x6 piece of paper, a trim, some type of ruffle or tab. I'm using crepe paper and some lace and some words. So you can go ahead and however you want to do your words. I have somewhere I have the words from the Tim Holtz, one of the Tim Holtz, there we go, words. Okay, so I'm going to make a small little collage, and mine is going to be able to go onto my cover. Yours can be for whatever you want it to be. As with all of these mini challenges, your items can be used in the journal that you're making for your June Just Do It Junk Journal Challenge, or to add to your stash, or for another journal. It is a separate challenge within the challenge. Is kind of cool because some of the people that might not be able to commit to the challenge for the big challenge, but can do some of the little things. So again, we are doing a collage with an image. You're going to use 6x6 paper. And yes, if you don't have a 6x6 pad, you can cut a 6x6 paper. This can be a magazine. It can be any piece of paper. 6x6 piece of paper. I'm using a double-sided cardstock for mine. Piece of lace can be any size. It can be any color, any type. Can be paper lace or regular lace. A tab or fluffy fan ruffle. Something that is about 2.5 or 2.25, say 2.5, somewhere between in the 2 by 2s. Okay, 2-ish by 2-ish. Okay, so we are going to use that, and a trim and words. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items, and we're going to make a collage. Okay, so this is the one that I'm making, and I went ahead and I had already started. I have glued, this time I have glued my image down. Sometimes I would sew it, and then I'm choosing to rip this. And as I tell you all the time, when I rip paper, I'm holding it with this tightly with the side that I want the inside edge to be. Okay, so I want my frayed edge, jagged edge to be to the right, so I'm tearing with my right hand. Okay, I'm going to get down here and I'm going to turn. So I'm going to go ahead, grab it with my left hand, tear it with my right. Okay, so grabbing with my left, tearing with my right, and then this is going to be a little harder, coming along this edge because I didn't leave myself a whole lot of room. Again, I like to tear because it makes things, I believe, more like forgiving when they aren't straight. Like I'm going to be putting this onto this cover, and it having these jagged edges, it's going to be okay if it's not totally perfectly straight. Okay, now you can go ahead and distress the edges of this. I think, yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I know, you're shocked. But this little journal is a little more grungy. The whole theme of it just seems like it needs to, I don't need purple, like it needs to be a little more grungy. I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I was working on the owl journal. Okay, so I have vintage photo. I'm just going to distress the edge of this so that it's not so white. Whether you want to distress it or not, that's totally up to you. But today I am distressing it. Okay, So there we go. So I have 2 of my elements of my collage are already ready. And you can see I still have the items on my desk from other things that I'm working on for this journal. Now, I went ahead and I made a tab, and the way that I made this was really simple. I have crepe paper. You could do this with other paper as well. And it's cut about a little over 4 inches. I'm going to bring it into each other there. Okay, fold and fold. And that is because I want it to be double-sided. Okay, so it is double-sided. And then I'm going to just go ahead and crimp it. And with crepe paper, you can actually crimp and pull and be able to get, you know, a little bit of a, I do want it. Okay, so I could just take this, and this could be my fan for underneath if I didn't have a sewing machine, but I am going to use this one. You can see it's coming apart a little bit, and so I want to use this before it hurts. Before it gets any more distressed. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm using my fabric tack. This is my glue of choice when I'm on camera as much as possible because it dries really quickly. And pretty much anything to anything, it works. When I'm not on camera, I tend to use this one, the Tombow Mono Liquid Glue Aqua. That is really my favorite glue. But I've been using this more and more just because things dry faster, and that's a good thing. Okay, it's a very good thing. Okay, so I have this little piece of lace for my lace part. I'm just going to lay that on. Again, it is fabric tack, so this you can be able to put fabric on it. Okay, now I'm going to add another little line here. I'm going to come in with this trim that came out of my mom's stash, and I'm trying to use things from her stash, you know, pretty quickly, so it doesn't just go get lost with all my stuff. So I've gone ahead and trimmed it down, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this. I want this frilly trim to be on the top. Probably should have gone ahead and glued that down first. That's okay. If I was going to do this again, I would glue this down first. But it's okay. Okay. I like that raggedy edge, and yet we can still see that stamp there. So I'm going to come over to this side. And I'm going to just put glue underneath here. Again, I probably would I'm going to just go ahead and take this off. I have my glue on it. Go ahead and glue that on. Yeah, this is going to work much better, but I want it over a little more. Okay. And then we can go ahead and put our glue right down the edge. I want the I'm gonna lose. There we go. Oh, that'll be fine. Okay. So this gives me my little collage so far, and then I have words that say, if you're lucky enough to be different, never change. And so if you're lucky enough to be different. Okay, we're going to go with, if you're lucky enough will be our first one. And sometimes these don't unstick correctly, and I'm just going to go ahead and, for the sake of time, you don't want to sit here and watch me try and go ahead. So collaging, one of the things that I've found about collaging is if you kind of have a little kit of items that you're going to use, that helps, makes it a little easier to stick within your little realm. Black is a great color to use in a collage. It helps to bring your focus to the elements and the parts of your collage. So if you're looking at something and it just seems to be all over the place, and your eye can't, what's happening is your eye can't focus. Your mind can't focus. It's like looking at it and going, I don't know where I'm supposed to look. If you look at something that makes you uncomfortable like that, try adding something black. It's pretty amazing. It is like the pupil of your eye. If you think about the pupil of your eye, and can you imagine someone without one, and how distracting it, well, and you know, now we've got the people have contacts that do all funny things with their eyes, and not having the black to focus, to help you have a focal point. It's chaos. So yeah, just a little art design layout 101. Something just doesn't seem to come together. Try adding some black. Okay, so here we go. Again, this is for our mini challenge. In the challenge, we are taking these 6 items and making a collage. Your collage can be bigger. Your collage today can be for Happy Mail. It can be for a junk journal. It can be for your planner, a card, or home decor, whatever that you might want to do. And so you are going to take an image, a 6x6 piece of paper. You don't have to use the whole 6x6 piece of paper, but you're going to take a 6x6 piece of paper. And then also, oh, I like that. 6x6 piece of paper, a 2x2-ish element. So it can be a tab, it can be a square, it can be a fan, a piece of lace. Your lace can be paper, it can be, regular lace, it could be fabric lace, it can be, whatever type of lace, and a piece of trim. Can be whatever length, and then some words. So your words can be cut out like this. Your words could be a book page. Your words could be something like that. These little quotes that were taken off of the wrapping paper. They could be a fortune cookie. Fortune from inside a fortune cookie. I kind of like this. I kind of like it a lot. So I think we're going to go ahead, and that'll help put this down onto the cover and make it stay. And I'm still within my things. Of course, you like your piece of lace, you have a 5-inch piece of lace and you use 2 inches and you use another 3 inches. That's okay. Same with your trim. Just one type of lace, one type of trim. Could use your rescued wedding dress if you have one. Okay, we're going to come down here. Okay. And go ahead and rip these edges because it's just going to be easier before it's on here. I think. So, yeah, so I'm still working on this little mini album, and this is been a lot of fun. It's like, and it was a little kit that I put together out of items when I was cleaning, going through stuff here. And I just made a couple of little kits, put them in a plastic bag with similar items, and ta-da, I had that. Okay, so my collage, I'm going to actually use it for the cover, and I'm going to wait and put it on after I sew the inside of the cover. But that is going to be my cover for my little journal, and it is my mini challenge in the challenge entry with an image, and this is for the June Just Junk Journal Challenge, mini challenge in the challenge number 2. Image, 6x6 paper, 2x2-ish paper, lace, trim, words. Okay, so I can't wait to see what you make. You can follow by joining the June Just Do It Junk Journal Challenge. There will be a post that says mini challenge in the challenge number 2. The deadline will be next Friday, which is the 14th of June.